Hey everyone, this is Hannah with the Rocket Miner giving you today's news update. Today I wanted to start with some local news and some things that are happening around here, and then also give you updates on COVID-19 in Wyoming right now, and also the Mullen Fire. So to start off with, here locally, this week we will have a trial for a Green River man who was charged with alleged attempted first-degree murder and resisting arrest. That trial started today with jury selection in the Sweetwater County District Court. The trial is going to be before Judge Richard L. Lavery, and it's scheduled to last for 5 days. This trial is of Bradley Harvey Setzer, a 40-year-old Green River man who was arrested in August of last year after he allegedly shot at his wife through their front door. Attempted first-degree murder is a felony that has a maximum penalty of life imprisonment and a $10,000 fine. Setzer was also charged with resisting arrest after he allegedly refused to comply with police commands during a traffic stop. So that trial will be going on this week, and we'll give you updates on it as it progresses. Something that I think is a really cool local event that's taking place this Friday is the Rock Springs Historical Museum's walking tour of the Rock Springs Cemetery. That will be October 16th starting at 2 p.m. It will begin at the directory that's located at the center of the cemetery, so you can just meet there if you're interested in going. And this is free, and it will last for about an hour. These cemetery walking tours are led by Karina K. Lee. She's a Rock Springs native and a local historian who has done a lot of research into the area and the families who've lived here and the people who are buried in the cemetery. She knows a lot of information about that, so she's started giving these walking tours of the cemetery. And I think it's just a really cool, interesting event. I was able to go last year. You definitely learn a lot about just the area, the people who lived here, and some local history. So definitely encourage people to be a part of that. If you do want to go, you should note that it is outside for about an hour. You will be doing a good bit of walking, so wear appropriate shoes and clothes for the weather. Also, because of COVID, masks and social distancing are encouraged for that event. So just be prepared, know what you're in for, but definitely encourage people to check that out. It's a really cool way to learn more about local history in the area. Wanted to give another update on where we're at with COVID-19 in Wyoming. Unfortunately, where we're at is the same as where we've been for the past couple of weeks, with our cases just continuing to rise. And these numbers have been going up significantly, especially over the past week. Today is the 7th consecutive day that we have seen the number of confirmed COVID cases go up by triple digits. So there have been over 100 new cases each day for the past week. Today we had 112 new confirmed cases since yesterday. And that's the confirmed cases. Probable cases have also been going up, which makes those numbers even higher. Unfortunately, the recovery rate, while recoveries are still going up and we are seeing more recoveries, it is just not keeping pace with the number of new cases right now. So that's pushing our active case number up continually higher as well. As of today, we're at 1,726 active cases in Wyoming. That has gone up by 36 since yesterday. So the number of cases just continues to rise. Unfortunately, also the COVID-related death total rose by 3 today, which brings it up to 57. All 3 of these new deaths that were reported were older adults who had pre-existing health conditions. One was a man from Lincoln County, one was a woman from Washakie County, and the third was a woman from Albany County. The Lincoln County man had been hospitalized, but it's unclear whether or not the 2 women from Washakie and Albany counties were hospitalized at the time of their death. But that does bring the death total up to 57, so that number has gone up as well. Locally, as far as COVID-19 goes, we have now seen the first few cases that have been reported at Western Wyoming Community College. They hadn't had any cases up till now, which was doing better than a lot of colleges and schools around the state, but they have reported their first 3 confirmed COVID-19 cases. There was 1 employee and 2 students who tested positive, all at the Rock Springs campus. The employee said that they're aware of when they were exposed and they have not been to campus since being exposed, and they are now self-isolating. One of the students who tested positive is living in the residence halls and they're self-isolating right now. And the other student lives off campus and is self-isolating. So hopefully, since these cases were confirmed and the people who tested positive are quarantining right now, hopefully that will keep it from spreading more throughout Western. But they did have those first 3 confirmed cases that were reported. Also today I wanted to give a quick update on the Mullen Fire, as it is still burning. It's still obviously a concern, but thankfully there's been some progress with that fire right now, especially thanks to the cooler temperatures and some precipitation that we've seen over the weekend and the last few days. The fire right now is burning approximately 28 miles west of Laramie, so that has gotten a little bit closer to Laramie, but is still 28 miles away. And right now the fire has reached 176,213 acres. And as of the most recent update today, it is currently 30% contained. So the containment has gone up as well. As I said, a lot of that is thanks to the weather. There's been precipitation and even snowfall on the fire over the last few days that's helped reduce the fire activity and the spread. Unfortunately, with the weather, there's also been some strong winds, which have been making aircraft operations difficult and sometimes limiting them or making it so they can't use the aircraft like they normally do. The strong winds are expected to continue this week, so that could complicate things, but hopefully with the cooler temperatures and everything, that will help continue to contain the fire. At this time, they reported that the fire has destroyed 65 structures, and there have been 1,440 people who have been evacuated from the surrounding area. Most of those evacuations are still in place. A few of them have been changed to pre-evacuation status, so anyone in that area, they can go back, but the residents are warned that they could have to evacuate again at any given time. So most of the evacuations are still in place, but a few people have been able to go back in, check on their homes and property in that area. But thankfully, as I said, the fire is more contained than it has been, and we just hope that the firefighting efforts just continue. I know that they're working hard and doing as much as they can to contain this fire and limit its spread, so just definitely grateful to everyone who has been involved with that, and hope that the weather continues to cooperate and that they're able to get the fire even more contained. So those are the updates that I had today. You can keep checking back with us for more updates on all of these topics and other things. You can see the print edition, rocketmeyer.com, all of our social media, and we'll keep giving you updates on the latest news and stories. So thank you for listening. I hope everyone has a good night.